First of all, let me start by expressing my thanks to the Dutch presidency and my colleague and friend Klaas Dijkhoff for today's very necessary and very constructive Council meeting. In the next 10 days, we need tangible and clear results on the ground. Otherwise, there is a danger, there is a risk that the whole system will completely break down. We all have the responsibility to step up our efforts to apply the agreed European solutions. There is no time for uncoordinated actions. During our lunch on Turkey with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, we agreed on coordinated measures to speed up the implementation of the EU-Turkey Action Plan. The next important step is the European Council on 7th of March. Let me also take this opportunity once again to welcome the NATO deal reached to fight smugglers' networks in the Aegean. I have been in constant contact with the NATO Secretary General, Mr. Stoltenberg, and I am grateful for the excellent cooperation we had during these last 10 days. Today, we also discussed borders, two important elements. First, their better management. We had a good discussion on our proposal for a European Border and Coast Guard. And the Dutch presidency is committed to reaching an agreement by the end of June. I am also working very closely with the European Parliament on the proposal, and I have already met with the rapporteur to discuss the next steps. Second, on their security. The Commission has made a proposal for systematic checks at everyone who crosses the external European Union's borders, including EU citizens. I am glad that the Member States are moving forward on this proposal, and I look forward to working with the Parliament so an agreement can be reached as soon as possible. Moving to the pressing situation in our neighbourhood. The route along the Western Balkans. Yes, the situation is very critical. The possibility of a humanitarian crisis of large scale is there, is very real and very near. We cannot continue to deal through unilateral, bilateral or trilateral actions. The first negative effects and impacts are already visible. We have a shared responsibility, all of us, towards our neighbouring states, both EU and non-EU, but also towards those desperate people. We cannot continue with the wave-through policy. The European Council was crystal clear on that. And we cannot put caps on how many asylum seekers we receive. This is simply not according to EU and international rules. I had the opportunity to remind Member States today that everyone must respect and apply the rules. The Commission is working extremely hard on contingency planning, both within the European Union and outside. UNHCR and IOM are strongly involved. The plan should be ready in the days to come. But the contingency plan cannot replace our previous commitments. Commitments, like to apply the rules fully of the common European asylum system, Dublin, and also Schengen, to return back to the normal situation as soon as possible, to drastically speed up and start relocating massively in the course of the coming days. Not tens, but hundreds. We are monitoring the situation in Greece very closely. Greece has its obligations, but also needs our help, our support to substantially increase reception capacities. IOM and UNHCR are ready to help. We should never forget that it is human lives that are at stake. To those who think that we need national solutions because a European approach is not working, I say it is precisely national actions that are hindering a European approach. I have said it this morning, and I will repeat it again. Now it is the moment to deliver. We have absolutely no time to lose. Thank you very much for your attention.